What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today, it is time that we discuss the 2024 Republican presidential primary, and answer the simple question: how is Vivek Ramaswamy, who was just an unknown a couple months ago, surging to a point where in some polls, he's in third place nationally? Guys, this has been something that's been brewing for a couple months now, but Morning Consult just came out with a new poll. Vivek Ramaswamy is now at in third place with 8% of the vote. That is half what DeSantis is currently at, with 17% of the vote. Why is this happening, and will the trends continue for Vivek Ramaswamy? That's what we will answer today. Now, before we continue today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, now actually $1 a month, you can join the channel. Click the join button down below and you can see what perks you get for each tier. I recommend you join as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright everybody, we gotta discuss this because this just came to my attention just a couple minutes ago. Vivek Ramaswamy is officially in third place, according to Morning Consult, which is stunning when you think about it. I mean, Mike Pence is a former vice president. Nikki Haley is a former governor of South Carolina, and she's known within the GOP. DeSantis, one of the most well-known people in the Republican Party. But Ramaswamy, he was unknown just 2 months ago. Nobody knew who the hell this guy was. I didn't. Nobody else did. Yes, I think he was an entrepreneur, but who frickin' cares? This is something that I don't think many of us expected, that Ramaswamy, a very unknown guy a couple months ago, just passed a former vice president in the Morning Consult national poll. And you look at the trends, that he did technically take third place for like a day, but that's when we thought, okay, Ramaswamy's going down the polls. Like, in that time frame, he was trending downwards. But now, he's back in third place. And it doesn't look like we're going to see him change at all. He's probably going to interchange with Pence every couple days or so. But why is this happening? Why is it that Ramaswamy, an unknown, is doing so good? Well, let's just start with the obvious, all right? Start with the fact that those that know who Vivek Ramaswamy is, they very much like the guy. So these are the top 4 people, all right? Trump, DeSantis, Mike Pence, and of course, Ramaswamy. Now, look at this. Ramaswamy is the third most popular guy in the GOP, by far. And you add in the other people, well, it's still the third most popular guy. And remember, he was unknown a couple months ago, but now he's competing with DeSantis. He's competing with Trump for the most popular guy in the GOP. But again, why is this all happening? How? How is Ramaswamy this popular? Well, for one, he is younger. Unlike the rest of these guys, except like DeSantis and maybe Nikki Haley, he is very young for the field. I think he's like 38 or something like that. He ain't that old. He is by far the youngest on the field, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I do believe he is the youngest Republican in the presidential field. So I think that gives him a bit of a boost with some Republicans that want, a new vision for the GOP that's not older like Trump or Pence, just something different. But also, I think it's platform. I mean, he does bring something different to the table, unlike, say, Mike Pence, unlike Nikki Haley. he brings something different to the table. I mean, he was the first Republican to say we need to end affirmative action. He wanted to ban social media under the age of 16. He wants to make political expression a civil right. He wants to withhold federal funding for cities that refuse to protect Americans. I know that's kind of generic, but the rest of this, that's just one part of his platform. He was way ahead of the curve on many of these issues, especially with affirmative action, which just got gutted a couple weeks ago. He was ahead of the curve on banning social media for under the age of 16. He wants to use drones on the southern border. And the rest of the stuff, yeah, there's some kind of, some generic stuff, but he was the first one to say we need to incentivize trade schools. We need to dismantle Lyndon Johnson's failed Great Society. But also, this is the best part about him, in my opinion. Of all the major candidates, he wants to abandon the climate cult and unshackle nuclear energy. As everybody knows, I'm a big fan of nuclear power. I think it's the future of energy. Of all the major candidates, who's the one that supports it? That says we need to increase energy production with nuclear. Yes, with all the fossil fuels, with other sources of power, but we should be pushing the envelope on nuclear energy. Who else is saying that? I think Trump may have said something about it, but let's be real with ourselves. This Ramaswamy is the only one that wants to provide expanding nuclear power. You keep looking at the rest of this. Stop CCP affiliates from buying American land. He was ahead of everybody on that one. Achieve semiconductor independence. Yes, we've been talking about supply chains and we have to build back manufacturing, but I don't know anybody that was talking about semiconductors. Ban U.S. businesses from expanding to China until the CCP stops cheating. Trump kind of, I'm not bashing Trump for this, by the way. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff here that Ramaswamy is the only one that is mentioned. But this is something I do like, that, hey, these businesses like Google, Apple, whatever, you could have business in China. But guess what? You're not allowed to just, get a 0% tax rate from them so they can, outcompete us. That's no reason for that. You shouldn't be essentially part of the Chinese government. I do agree with that. And again, Trump does a similar thing just with tariffs. But you just keep going. Eliminate federal employee unions. End civil service protections for bureaucrats. 8-year term limits instead. Shut down toxic government agencies, Department of Education, FBI, IRS. Which, again, most people talked about getting rid of the Education Department, the IRS. But the FBI, haven't heard much about that. Rescind Biden's SEG rule for retirement funds. Publish a Jeffrey Epstein client list. Hold Congress accountable for hush money fund. Taxpayers should not subsidize sexual conduct. Pardon defendants of politicized prosecutions. Trump, Mackey, and peaceful January 6 protesters. Oppose CBDCs. Fight old plans for digital currency, a dangerous scheme for government control over our bank accounts. Who talks about this? I know there's a lot of stuff that's like, I don't think people really care that much about digital currency, but it's like he's braining something different. He reminds you of a lot of Andrew Yang, but somewhat, conservative on the issues. Now, there are some question marks about Ramaswamy, especially on immigration, but you read all of this. What's bad about this? He's bringing something different. That's what I like about him the most. He has a unique platform. It's not like Nikki Haley where it's like, we need to stop Biden. Or it's like DeSantis where culture wars. Ramaswamy is like, we need to protect our children by banning social media. We need to unleash nuclear power. we need to cut government spending. We have to shrink the government to stop these toxic government agencies. Stop these political prosecutions. He's focusing on what matters to people. All right, to a lesser extent, there's some things here that I would like to see, but I don't think it's the biggest importance in the world. But there's definitely a lot of things here that a lot of voters care about. And he's brought something different. I've said this multiple times, but that's huge. If you're going to talk to people, just tell them what's different about you. Why do you think DeSantis is struggling? I mean, he's attacking Trump for not being the most conservative on transgender stuff. We knew about this for years. In my opinion, he's become more conservative. But either way, it's like, that's what you're attacking him on? When the most important issue is the economy and the future of America? You're focusing on gay marriage and stuff, which is not an issue anymore. I hate to say it, but at least for now, it's not important to people. But hopefully, Ramaswamy, I hope he has a future in the GOP. I still don't get why he's running for president, other than to increase name recognition. But either way, I do like what Ramaswamy is doing. And he's getting rewarded for it. People that know who he is like him a lot. Because he's different. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.